Dear friends, Salam Alaikum. This is Dr. Olsi Jazexhi. I'm calling from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Today I'm going to interview a very important guest of my video discussions. For you who follow my channel, you probably know the gentleman. His name is Mr. Hassan Heyrani. Hassan, welcome. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Orsi. Perşendetia. My name is Hassan Heyrani. It's my pleasure now to accompany you in this interview. As you know about what happened in the past, we had a very 6 months very hardly with the corruption part of the Albanian government and the make attack us and make a
Yeah,
lot of problem for us. And
Hassan,
now I am in the grace. Awesome.
excellent. Hassan, let me do an introduction for our viewers. So for those people who do not know Mr. Heyrani, Mr. Hassan Heyrani is a very famous and at the same time infamous person in Albania and in certain circles in the West. Mr. Heyrani came to Albania in 2016. He was one of those 3,000 Mojahedeens who came in our country, in Albania, and he is one of the most famous defectors. Mr. Heyrani decided in one moment to defect from the terrorist cult of Maryam Rajavi, and after his defection, he became a very famous personality for many medias in the West. He has been interviewed by many TV channels in the West. He has been interviewed by Channel 4, by BBC, by Al Jazeera, by The Guardian, by The Independent, and so many other Western medias. And Mr. Heyrani broke the censorship and the taboo surrounding MEC because he went public and he denounced what MEC was doing inside their camp with their slave soldiers. But because of what Mr. Heyrani did, at the same time, as you can imagine, he won the hostility of the Mujahideen command. The Mujahideens want to see this man dead, but fortunately he is alive, and he's still alive and ticking. Maryam Rajavi, if Mr. Heyrani was to be somewhere in the Middle East, like in Saddam Hussein's Iraq, he would have been hanged or executed by now. But thankfully, because Mr. Heyrani was in Albania and he exposed himself to the Western public and medias, thanks to Allah, he is not dead, but he is still alive. But even though Mr. Heyrani is still alive, he had a horrible life in Albania. Since his defection from MEC, the Mujahideens, they sent all their army against him. They paid prosecutors in Albania, they paid TV stations, they published fake news against him, they declared that Mr. Heyrani is an Iranian agent, they sent the counterterrorism police and Albanian security services against him, but thanks to God, our government couldn't do anything to Mr. Heyrani. The accusations against MEC were that Mr. Heyrani was a notorious agent of the Ministry of Information of Intelligence in Iran, that he was being paid to attack the Iranian opposition, but our government couldn't prove anything like this. Like Mr. Heyrani, we had dozens of other Iranians in Albania who defected the Mujahideen cult, and Mr. Heyrani, in a way, became a hero. Around him, we had many other Iranians who were managing to escape and to defect from the MEC cult. They have a paramilitary base in Albania where people the gunpoint. If people like Mr. Heyrani dare to escape from the camp, they can be shot. But even those who manage to escape, they will have their life turned into hell. Mr. Heyrani, who became very famous in the West and was interviewed by many Western medias, including the BBC, Channel 4, Manoto, and other Western TV channels, became a major headache for the Mojahedeens, because Mr. Heyrani was exposing to the Western public opinion that this country called Albania, with its Prime Minister Edi Rama, was hosting a cult which was keeping hostages, which was not allowing people to have sex, to marry, to build families, and to work. And what Mr. Heyrani did, he motivated dozens of other Iranians who, unfortunately, at this very moment, they're being held as captives in the Mujahideen camp in Manza. And the Mujahideens, thanks to their connections with certain politicians, Zionist politicians in the West, with the Israeli government, they managed to put under pressure the government of Edi Rama. And finally, in November, so let me share my Twitter screen here for our public. So here is a tweet which I posted in November 2022. Mr. Hassan Heyrani, Mehdi Suleiman, Reza Shakari, Ehsan Bidi, Hassan Shahbaz, Ali Hajari were all detained by the. Before this, in July 2022, the Mujahideens paid some prosecutors and the counterterrorism police to go and do home searches against Mr. Heyrani and other defectors of jihad. In these home searches, fortunately, Albanian police didn't find anything illegal. And because they didn't find anything illegal, they couldn't do anything against Mr. Heyrani. And when our government, there are many quisling officers in the Albanian government who are probably being paid bakshish by the Mujahideens. When our government and prosecutors, they couldn't find anything to incriminate Mr. Heyrani, this gentleman here and other Iranian deserters of jihad were put under illegal administrative detention. Mr. Heyrani, who protested this administrative detention, Mr. Heyrani, he was a resident of Albania. He was brought to Albania by UNHCR, and the Albanian government had granted to him, like 2,000 other Iranians, asylum. But our government removed his asylum, and he was put in this illegal administrative detention. To protest this detention, Mr. Heyrani made an interview with me, wrote letters to our government, and told to our government, look, if I am guilty, if I am an Iranian agent, as Maryam Rajavi and the Mujahideen terrorist gang accuse me, please arrest me, send me to court, and then. But since Albanian government was afraid to face Mr. Heyrani, what Mr. Heyrani did, he entered a hunger strike. He stayed in a hunger strike for how many weeks and months did you stay in hunger strike, Hassan?
During 25 days, I was in the hunger strike.
So Mr. Heyrani stayed in hunger strike for 25 days. And when our government was afraid that he was going to die, they released him and they put him under, if I can put it, a home arrest. And as far as I know, Mr. Heyrani, after that, he managed to escape from Albania and to save himself, and now he is in Greece, in Athens. Mr. Heyrani, can you explain to our public something about your history? Like, when did you come to Albania? When did you abandon the Mek cult? And what did Mek do against you?
Yes. As you know, when we were in the Iraq, in the Camp Ashraf was a very isolation part. More than 10 years we were there, and like a prison. And the leaders of the Mujahideen told us, no, this law of the Mujahideen is the belong to the situation and condition in the Iraq. And if we go out of the Iraq, we don't need this law in this uh, prison like Ashraf in the Iraq. And we accepted and believed them. When we came in the Albania, and after short time, after remove the shadow of the United Nations, UNHCR, on us, uh, Mujahideen start step by step to deal with the Albanian government, especially the corruption part of the Albanian government, and abuse from the hegemony of the America in the Albania. Make a new prison as same as the Ashraf in the Iraq, and employ a lot of police with the gun and around the Ashraf, and anybody who cannot go out. Anyway, we separate from the Mujahideen, and Mujahideen start to revenge us. All person who go out of the Mujahideen.
When did you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you. When did you leave the Mujahideen? In which year and which month?
When I separate from the Mujahideen?
Yes.
I think 20 days after Nowruz.
So which year was that?
Which what?
In which year? Which year did you leave the Mujahideen?
Yeah. They in that time Mujahideen doesn't have a completely hegemony as same as today, and because
no. My question is, when did you separate from the Mujahideen? 2017, 2018?
No, 2016. You told at the first of the interview.
2016. Okay.
Yes. And 2017 we came in Albania. After 1 year, I separate from the Mujahideen. 2017.
Okay, great. Now,
yes.
After you separated from the Mujahideen, there were many other Iranians who joined you. Can you tell us something more about that?
Yeah, at first we were undercover UNHCR, and Mujahideen suggests to all the person who separate from the Mujahideen, and I give you Mujahideen to the person, defector person of the Mujahideen. We give you every month 300 euro or more than. At first was more, after that reduced. 500 euro, 400 euro, 300 euro. We give you, but you shouldn't have anything about what happened before in Ashraf, in Iran, and this. We didn't accept because we were under cover of the UNHCR. And step by step, by the pressure of the Mujahideen against the UNHCR left us and left Albania, and we start to open the association to support of Iranian, and by the society, family society, Najas society in Iran, and because the Asilas members doesn't want to continue with the Mujahideen, and for that way Mujahideen start a big project against and revenge us. And in the other hand, Iranian Republic Islamic have a lot of problem with the West, with the America, because doesn't accept the hegemony of the America. And it's a good opportunity for the Mujahideen inside the Albania. We were under pressure a lot during 5 years, but we continue our work. And Asila played the role as a hope window for the person who doesn't want inside the Mojaheden, with the doesn't want to continue with the Mojaheden, and they could to jump from the Mojaheden and join to Asila. And after that, for that way, the Mojaheden saw enemy with us, and especially with the Hassan Heyrani. And during these months, you know the better than me, and during 3 months, from 3 months ago till now, just Israel opened the 88 company in the Albania, and it's a very, very good opportunity to Maryam Rajavi to revenge us more, because the Mujahideen is the part of the Musa. It's a choice of the Albanian government, because you know during these years and these months, the world separate the inside West and East. For example, Russia, Tunisia, China, Iran, and recently Arab Saudi joined together. And okay, it's a choice of the Albanian government wants to in the block of the Israel and America. But it's a very, very good opportunity for the Mujahideen to revenge us more. And now I am in the ocean, and suddenly I saw the another things that I explained for you. Yes, okay. If you have any other question, tell me.
Yes. Now, according to a court document, this document here, which was issued by the prosecutor office and
Excuse me, doctor, your voice is so weak.
My voice is weak. Can you hear me now?
Now it's better.
Issued by the Albanian court, this document which even issued the search warrant for you, issued by Judge Etleva Deda, it is shown that some 400 members have abandoned the Mujahideens in Albania, and from these 400, 300 have illegally left Albania. Now, how many Iranians came to your organization? Can you hear me, Hassan?
Yes, but your voice very weak. How many Iranians are in the Karaj now?
No, how many Iranians joined your group, Asila?
Asila, near 25% during, yes, all members near 25. And when we started Asila last year, we were near 10%. During 1 year, more than 10% joined to Asila. For that way, makes so scared and so enemy with us and want to revenge us.
All right. Now, after you established your organization and many other Iranians were defecting the Mujahideen, the Mujahideen command, they became crazy with you. Can you tell me some of the attacks that they have made against you?
For your information, when I was in the Tirana, the last person who escaped from the Mujahideen, and he told me before I escaped from the Mujahideen 1 week before, and Zahra Merrikhi, one of the leader of Mujahideen, explained us we have a new contract with the Albanian government, and all Asila members will be arrested, or any person who go to Asila or escape from the Mujahideen, defect from Mujahideen, the Albanian government doesn't accept and arrest him and take him in the prison. As same as the Saddam Hussein time in Iraq, Mujahideen tell to the members, if any person who escaped from the Mujahideen should go to Abu Ghraib prison and will arrested by the police of the Saddam Hussein. Step by step, Mojaheden fought so fast during these months, make a new condition and situation in the Albania, as same as the Arab, Saddam Hussein time in Iraq. And parallel this matter, when I was in the prison, Karaj, and the Secret Service and prosecutor of the Albanian told me, Hassan, your time is over in your country. You have a very bad activity. I asked him, what bad activity? Uh, when I put destroyed your law. No, no, no. You have an interview with the BBC and with the Parham Povati and something. Okay, you don't have any democracy in your country. What I cannot have an activity? What about the Mojaheden and what happened inside the Mojaheden? And the Secret Service told me, the officer, no, 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 we have a new contract with the Mojaheden. If any person who's separate from the Mujahideen, he cannot continue in the Albania, should leave the Albania because we have a contract with the Mujahideen. We accept Mujahideen totally together and some things. It shows the Mujahideen have a new contract with the Albanian government and abuse a lot after close the embassy of Iran in the Tirana and by the intercoming a lot of project of the Israel and the hegemony of the America here in the Albania, and day by day make a very worse and worse situation and condition for Iranian in the Albania. In fact, they in fact they buy the Albanian government by the paying a lot of money to the corruption part of the Albanian government.
Now, yeah, we know this. We know that the Albanian government has been bought by the Mujahideens, and as a result of this, the Albanian government has openly sided with the Mujahideens against you. But you mentioned something which is great. You mentioned to Albanian counterterrorism police that Albania is a democracy. And you guys, people like you and other Iranians who have defected MEC, you have the right to reveal to the world what the Mujahideens are doing. But what Albanian government and counterterrorism police have done, they have sided with the Mujahideens by denying you guys the right to speak up and to denounce to the world what MEC is doing against Iranians. Now, when you were inside of the concentration camp of Karets, which you were detained on orders of Maryam Rajavi, Albanian counterterrorism police, they have blackmailed other Iranians who live in Albania. They have even blackmailed your wife. Can you tell to the public what they have told to your wife when you were in detention?
Yes, you can ask her. During these months, unfortunately, the Albanian Secret Service talked with my wife and told them, why you continue with Hassan. Hassan doesn't have any future. The better you separate from Hassan. You are shifter, we are shifter. Just we want to save your life. Hassan is not good. Separate from the Hassan. I cannot understand. What is your job? What is your duty as a Secret Service, Albanian Secret Service? Are you working and doing to safety and security for your country, or you are the mercenary of the Maryam Rajavi? Just Maryam Rajavi wants to revenge us, to destroy our life and separate my wife from me. Why you do this? Are you puppet of Maryam Rajavi and Maryam Rajavi control you? Where you can find this action of the Secret Service, any country or dictatorship country who come to the wife of the, for example, one person and cheer her or separate from your husband?
Yeah, Albanian government has done many criminal actions against you. They have blackmailed your wife. I know even for other Iranians who, like you, denounce the MEC cult, Albanian counterterrorism police have gone to their wives and have told them, you leave and divorce your husbands. I know that some Iranians in Albania, they have even children with Albanian women. Some of them have their wives impregnated and they're waiting for their children. But what the Albanian government is doing is they don't care about human rights. They do not care even about your wives. And probably you know, during the time that you were in this illegal detention in the Karets concentration camp, Albanian counterterrorism police, they arrested your wife and other Albanian women who were protesting for you. I mean, in a number of letters that Iranian women, like your wife and others, they send to Albanian border police, where they were asking for a justification, for a letter, for an explanation from Albanian government why you guys were being detained. There was, our government didn't know how to respond to your wives, and in some cases they even detained your wives. So, I mean, I'm sharing here with the viewers, this is a document which shows your order for removal from Albania. So this document is from 6th of January 2023, when the Albanian government has illegally broken the agreement that Albania had with the UNHCR, and they are simply expelling you from the country. They are declaring you illegal. But I want to share another document with you, Hassan, and with other viewers. And these are part of the emails of Albania's counterterrorism police, Gledis Nano. His emails were hacked by a group of hackers, and these emails can show to the public what Mojahedeens are doing against you. This is one email which one of the commanders of the Mujahideen, his name is Hassan Nayeb Aga. He sent this email to Mr. Gledis Nano, the head of Albanian counterterrorism police. The email was sent on 16 December 2021, where in this email he is asking the Albanian government, Albanian police, to persecute you. They are mentioning you by name. They are saying that Hassan Heyrani is an agent of the Iranian regime, and you have given interviews to Mardom TV on 28 November 2021. So it shows that there is a very aggressive against you by the Mujahideen command. And in another email, which the same person, Hassan Nayeb Aga, sends to Gledis Nano, this email was sent on 15 November 2021. Hassan Nayeb Aga mentions to Gledis Nano that he's the representative of the Iranian Mujahideens of the Camp Ashraf 3. Yes. And he mentions the agreement that Albania has with UN, US, and the Mujahideens, and how they were brought in Albania when Mr. John Kerry visited Albania in 2016. And Mr. Nayeb Aga shows that Prime Minister Edi Rama, so Edi Rama himself, has introduced the Mujahideen command to the Minister of Interior, to the General Director of Albanian Secret Service, to the General Director of the Police, and ministers, deputy ministers, directors, and so forth. As you can see from this email, the Mojahedeens, they have contact with the Directorate of State Police, the Director of Albanian Secret Service, Director of the Border Police, and every other institution. So the persecution that happened to you, Hassan, is a state persecution. You didn't do any crime when you were in Albania, but your only crime was that you were revealing to the world the truth. You were showing to the world what the Mojahedeens were doing. Now, I have a question for you. While the Mojahedeens hate people like you and me, we have a question. Why these people never do an open and democratic debate? You have gone, Hassan, to the BBC. You have gone to Al Jazeera. You have gone to many medias, and you have revealed to the world the human rights abuses that happen in the Mujahideen camp. Why Mujahideens, they never come to debate you, but they only attack you from your back?
Yes. If interview with the Mardom TV is a crime, okay, Mardom, where is the Mardom TV? Mardom in the Washington. Okay, is the anti-terrorist police of the Albania tell me, or Hassan Heyrani mentioned, Hassan Heyrani had an interview with the Mardom TV. Mr. Sorby in the Washington, he's the manager of the Mardom TV. Okay, why the American government or US government doesn't arrest him? It's a crime. Just we are talking and expose about what happened in the Camp Ashraf. It's just a corruption. When I was in the Karaj, we told to the LAPRAG or the immigration police, okay, if we had any crime, okay, go to the Jukata or judge and you should show us act. What kind of the crime we had in your country? It's just labeling. It's show you are the mercenary of the Maryam Rajavi. And Maryam Rajavi by all of you, by the money. And when I told to the officer, Secret Service officer, you don't have democracy in or your country, and you limit me, you shouldn't have any activity or interview with the BBC and something. He told me, no. The democracy in Albania is belong us and not for you. And you cannot abuse forum or democracy and talk about the Mujahideen, because Mujahideen is our Maryam Rajavi and Mujahideen are our guests in our country, in our house. Okay. He told me, right, yes, they are the guests of the Albanian government. Anybody cannot tell anything and expose what happened in the Camp Ashraf.
I think that the answer that this Albanian Secret Service official have given to you is probably the best answer, which explains the behavior of the Albanian government towards other Iranians. Albanian government does not want democracy. Albanian government does not want freedom of press. Albanian government doesn't want people like you to go to the media and to expose to the world what the Mujahideens are doing. Look, Hassan, I understand that you are a very dangerous person for MEC. I just want to share this video with the viewers. The Mujahideens, they are paying a lot of money to ex-American officials, and one of them is this gentleman here. His name is Ambassador Lincoln Bloomfield, who in a speech that he held for the Mujahideens in the United States on, I think should have been on March 16, 2013, this gentleman is attacking you personally. So you are such an important person, Hassan. Congratulations. I just want to see how MEC is paying even American officials to attack you. So Mr. Bloomfield here is attacking you, Hassan. Is attacking you
Yes.
and your interview with the BBC. I mean, come on, is this America of the free press? So, because people like Bloomfield, they are paid a lot of money. They get hundreds of thousands of US dollars for reciting what MEC is saying. And look what is this idiot saying about you. Okay, so I played this video. I'm going to share the link because probably the viewers cannot hear what Mr. Bloomfield is saying. So, number one, Mr. Bloomfield is attacking the BBC. Why? The BBC interviewed you, and you reveal the cultish nature of MEC. Now, because Bloomfield cannot and does not, and he is coward to debate people like you and me, and we can debate with him and reveal to him what the Mojaheden press has revealed, that Hassan Heyrani is under investigation for espionage by Albanian special court. We know that. There was a charge by Maryam Rajavi. Maryam Rajavi accused you and other Iranians and even Albanian journalists as being Iranian agents. Albanian court did its job. They started a process of investigation. They even came to your home. They searched your home. They took your phones. And they didn't lie any charge against you because you are innocent. But what MEC has done is, MEC number one has bribed some corrupt Albanian officials, prosecutors and counterterrorism police. Number two, MEC has issued charges against you and your friends by claiming that you are Iranian agents. Good enough. Albanian police come, they investigate you, they follow you, they trace you, they come in your home, they come in your office, but they don't find any incriminating document, and you are free. And because MEC has built this fake case against you, Mr. Bloomfield, who is afraid to debate with you, is saying they're under investigation by SPAC. We know that. It is a kangaroo court by a kangaroo state where they are attacking the opposition to MEC, to Maryam Rajavi. But what MEC has done, Hassan, and I want to reveal this to our viewers, MEC has won. People like you, like your other friends, people like Reza Shakari, like, one second, let me share my tweet, my November tweet with our viewers. So people like Hassan,
Ali Hajari, Hassan Shahbaz,
like Ihsan Bili, Hassan Shahbaz, Ali Najari, you were all illegally detained. You were put in a concentration camp, and Albanian government told you, we want you out of Albania, which is totally illegal. But MEC won. Why? Because MEC jailed you through the hands of the Albanian government, even though you were not criminals. And now you, Hassan, you have escaped from Albania, now you are in Greece. As far as I know, even Reza Shekari has also escaped and he have gone to Greece. And as far as I know, even Mr. Ehsan Bidi was broken by the violence of the Albanian government and he went back to Iran. And as far as I know, Mr. Hassan Shahbaz, Ali Hajari, and Mehdi Soleimani, they are still in illegal detention at the Karet concentration camp. And furthermore, other Iranians who reside in Albania and who are against MEC, they are openly blackmailed by Albanian police, which tells them that if you write or do or say anything against MEC and Maryam Rajavi, we will jail you and we will expel you from Albania. So Hassan, what I want to show to the public, which is going to see this video, is that Maryam Rajavi, unfortunately, is winning. Maryam Rajavi killed the Iranian opposition in Albania. Maryam Rajavi, through the help of Prime Minister Edi Rama, of Minister of Interior Bledi Chuchi, through the counterterrorism police of Albania, they destroyed people like you. Hassan, you were working in Albania. You had a society in Albania. You were paying taxes to the Albanian government. You were a businessman. You had a coffee in Albania. You were married. You had a wife. Albanian government jailed you illegally without a charge, and then they forced you to leave Albania because otherwise they were going to again put you under illegal detention. This is very unfortunate. I want to tell to Mr. Bloomfield, I'm going to send this video to him, that this is fascism, Mr. Bloomfield. What the Albanian government of Edi Rama is doing with the Iranians, this is fascism. This is not democracy. We understand you want to defend Maryam Rajavi because they are your good terrorists. You want to defend a cult which Human Rights Watch and other international organizations have denounced it and have shown to the world that what they're doing. You want to keep and to defend a cult which keeps human slaves, which keeps slaves like Someh Mohammadi. You want to keep a cult which have separated children, kids, daughters from their families. This cult prepares suicide bombers. I do understand that MEC serves to Israel. And people like you, Mr. Bloomfield, you love Israel, you hate Iran, and you are doing your job, and congratulations. And you want people like Hassan Heyrani to go and die like suicide bombers for you and for Israel against Iran. You are doing your job. But, Mr. Bloomfield, this is not democracy. This is fascism. Hassan, what do you want to say at the end of our interview?
What do you say? Well, thank you very much. And another thing is what happened here. For your information, Dr. C. Suddenly I understood here make have a group to because in Asen we have a near 3,000 or 4,000 Iranian here, and some of them have a problem, and some of them escape from Iran, especially after social arrest in Iran, and they come here, and Mojaheden a lot of trying to by the propaganda and talking with them to satisfy them, and because Mojaheden have a new contract with the MEC, with the Albanian government, Mojaheden have, and to take some person from the Asen and Albania illegally to Albania, as same as Saddam Hussein time in the Iraq, who kidnapped a lot of person from the Turkey by the name to working or something, take to Iraq, and now they have this project in the Greece, and we try every day to talk with the Iranian to expose about the Mojaheden and tell them and about what happened inside the make and something.
Thank you very much for this information, Hassan. So for the people who are going to view this interview, I just want to repeat what you just said. The Mujahideens are trying, if I'm not wrong, to recruit Iranians from Greece to take them to take
they
them.
have a recruit team. Yes.
They have a recruiting team. They're trying to recruit Iranians so that they can use them as terrorists against their own country. Unfortunately, dear friends, this is the reality of my country, Albania, which hosts a terrorist organization, the Mojaheden al-Halq. This organization is being used by breaking the laws of Albania to wage a terrorist war against a foreign country. This is a crime according to the Penal Code of Albania. But unfortunately, the Albanian government does not care for its is a living witness of what Albanian government is doing against those Iranians who oppose the Mujahideen. There are many Iranians in the world, like Mr. Heyrani, who hate MEC. They hate this cultish organization. But unfortunately, my government, the government to whom I pay taxes, Albanian government has decided to support international terrorism. Hassan, thank you very much. I wish you an excellent life in Greece. I'm very happy that you are in Greece. You saved yourself by escaping from Albania. I understand that you are working in Greece. What work are you doing there?
Now, sometimes I work as a translator for the refugee and to do something. And, I am a civil engineer and in the company, and sometimes work as a surveyor, work with the camera.
So Hassan, he has started a job, he has a new life, and I hope that you unite with your wife, inshallah, and you continue your...
Doctor Olsi, for your information, and any people who see this video, I had gone to your country, Albania, 7 years ago. 4 years I paid the tax and legally buy the ticket of the UN and UNHCR from the Baghdad. I had gone to Istanbul, Tirana. 7 years I was in the Albania without any paper, 7 years. But I came in the Greece illegally. In the first day, I had gone to the UNHCR office, like an immigration office of the Greece government, like a LAPRAC in the Tirana. During half an hour, I swear to the God, very, very respectfully, they gave me the resident permission. Half an hour. And during 2 months, they gave me the temporary ID card and bank account and permission work and the insurance card and the task code to working as same as a citizen.
Excellent news, Hassan. I hope the UNHCR is going to see this video and they're going to see the racist, the fascist policies of Albanian government against you guys. And by the way, we must thank Greece for welcoming you. Evkaristo Pola Elava. Thank you so much, Greece, for receiving people like Heyrani and treating them like normal human beings. Hassan, Greece is the founding country of democracy. Please involve yourself with the Greek civil...
The gravity of the economy and tourist business and everything in the Balkan, and Greece is a very, have a very, very old history and very, very different with the Albanian. Very, very different.
So please involve yourself with the Greek society. Greeks are great people. They are anti-imperialists. If Greeks are going to see this interview, you are going to be hero. Go and denounce the Mojahedeens, denounce the crimes that the government of Edi Rama is doing. And Albania, by not keeping people like you in Albania, but by using its police to throw you people in Greece, is exporting the Mujahideen crime in Greece. Greece should be careful from what Albanian government and Maryam Rajavi is doing against it.
Yes. Some weeks ago, the Palestinian people, refugee, near 200, 300, have a protest to accompany what happened in the Gaza. And more than 2,000, 3,000 Greek people come accompany with them to protest for the support of the Palestinian people in the Gaza.
Yes, Hassan, Greece is a great country, is a democratic country. When we protest,
Yes.
when we protest in Albania for Palestinians, Edi Rama and his gangsters, they arrest us. They bring counterterrorism police to us. They bring Bashkim Lamnica, Alban Dautai, and other gangsters who serve to the Israeli government and who oppress democracy and who have destroyed even Islam and Muslim community in Albania. Hassan, I thank you very much. I wish you good luck. Inshallah, we will be in touch time after time to update,
Inshallah.
to update the world opinion with what Albania is doing with the Mujahideens and the cult of Maryam Rajavi. Thank you very much, dear friends all over the world. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.